Sarah never expected that giving birth to her daughter would feel like the beginning of her unraveling. At 34, she had always imagined motherhood as a moment of joyful transformation. Instead, it felt like she had been broken into pieces. The sleepless nights, the hormonal shifts, the crying, both hers and the baby's, slowly eroded her sense of self. Worse still was how her husband, Mark, changed. What began as subtle dismissals, eye rolls when she asked for help, silence when she cried, grew into something darker. He criticized her body, her parenting, her moods. When she asked for understanding, he accused her of being dramatic. "You're not the only woman to have a baby," he'd say, scrolling through his phone as their daughter screamed in her arms. Depression crept in like fog, slow, numbing and disorienting. Sarah stopped recognizing the woman in the mirror. She wore the same clothes for days. Meals became whatever scraps she could eat, standing in the kitchen. She pretended for her daughter, cooing and smiling as her insides caved. Friends drifted. Or maybe she pushed them away. She wasn't sure anymore. Talking felt like too much effort. Mark started staying out late. When she confronted him, he called her crazy and blamed the baby. "You've changed," he said, like it was her fault she had bled, stretched and fractured to bring life into the world. One day, in the haze of exhaustion and sadness, Sarah sat rocking her daughter and caught her reflection in the window. She looked hollow, but the baby, eyes wide and trusting, clutched her finger with fierce resolve. That small grip pierced something inside her. A quiet voice buried under months of pain whispered, "You're still here, you matter." It started with a walk around the block, then a text to her sister, then therapy. Slowly, painfully, Sarah began to speak her truth. She admitted she wasn't okay, and someone listened. Therapy gave her language. Support groups gave her community. Mark didn't understand. Or maybe he didn't want to. When she finally told him she was leaving, he scoffed, certain she wouldn't survive on her own. But she did. It was hard. Some days were just survival. But with every small act, applying for a job, finding daycare, smiling back at herself in the mirror, she rebuilt. Not the woman she was before, but someone new, wiser, stronger, whole. Years later, Sarah stood at her daughter's school play, proud tears in her eyes. She still carried the scars of that dark chapter, but they no longer defined her. She had turned pain into power, silence into story. For every woman who has been broken by motherhood, maltreatment or depression, Sarah's story whispers, "You are not alone, you are not weak, and you can begin again."